Hello, and this is my reflection about what I have learned uh, about NSTP thus far. So, we have to learn what NSTP is first. It's basically doing service for the community or the public. It is split into three different kinds, or split into three. The first one is ROTC. It's basically doing service to the public by military training, or yeah, it's military training. LTS, the second one is about teaching and teaching stuff to the public that can't really get an education or something. And then the third one is CWTS, which is basically general service to the public. It's doing whatever that's not in military or teaching, like I don't know, planting trees or building roads, fixing roads. I mean, or well, whatever it is you can do in your manpower. So we have learned a lot in this course. So we have the human personality. Uh, I was interested in seeing multiple personality traits, and I was also intrigued by the fact that we can categorize like a bunch of traits, a bunch of them, many of them, and we can categorize them into four different types and or colors in the color test, and it can present a fairly accurate personality of the person. Just by knowing the colors itself, it lists. Uh, I was kind of fascinated by that. That nothing really. So the logbooks. Now we what do you call that? We learned a lot that a lot of people are basically unfairly like poor or oppressed, or I don't know what the specific term would be, but they're they're just struggling to live their lives just because of uh mis because of misjudgments of the system, or there's something wrong in the system. uh they're, they're having a normal life in even I am from Mindanao, and I don't really see any lumas, but that's maybe just because my place is just far from the lumas itself. But I hear a lot of them are being closed, or uh, their schools or their houses closed down, so they cannot really. And I think that's just unfair for them. It's not that uh, just helpful to them. It's not doing justice to them, and it's not for the well-being of the general public, really. Now, nationality is there are a lot of movements out there that acts for the interest of the nation. The country in its current state is in shambles, just because of uh, ah we have one person out there that says, non-verbatim, by the way, you're all crazy about research that, whatever, and why do you keep allotting a large budget to them? Like, research is the purpose of research is to create uh, a better life, or discover stuff for that is for the general public also. And we have people out there that tries to not destroy. I'm not sure about the term, but whatever. Now, sorry. Environment. There are a lot of man-made factors that contribute to climate change, even though things we usually do every day. Like even some of them, or even just piling up trash, even in the trash can, is is also contributing to climate change because the amount of trash is increasing, and we don't know how to properly dispose of them, return them, properly dispose of them. A lot of them just remains in rivers or even the sidewalks. Some people just throw junk in the sidewalks, and uh, it's usually the age that uh, it's usually the age that do collect the trash, sweep the trash, but and even in the dump sites, it's the trash just gathers there. The trash just gathers there. There's too much trash everywhere in the building, but that's what the general public use. So that's one thing about research, and one person is saying uh, uh, one person is crazy about research. Why do research and stuff? Drugs. There are a lot of drug. There are a lot of drug deals that are left on track, and a lot of them are still lurking around in the dark web. Like I personally have only seen screenshots about uh, assassination, drugs. I don't know if this is legitimate, but I have seen screenshots, so maybe. I have no idea. Drugs and even child, whatever, I forgot. So, safety services. Now, this is one part that I was really interested in because I'm kind of interested in medicine, even though I am not a medical expert or something, just because of my mother is a nurse, and some some of the medical stuff I knew from her, or the medical stuff I know from her. So uh, it was I was also interested partly because uh, my mom said I nearly fainted. My, my mom said that what happened to me really was just uh, after the warm up session of my P class, uh, my vision went blurry, or it was almost white. So our coach, our teacher, the PE teacher said that I should take a rest, and maybe it's hypoglycemia, low blood sugar. And my mom said, after I explained what happened to me to my mom, she said I nearly fainted, but I didn't faint, just nearly. But that that was still a first time for me. I didn't know I had low blood sugar, so I had to keep eating and increase my blood sugar for the next couple of days. So that was that was experience for me. Now, one thing to note, also CPR, and uh, even though CPR seems to save lives, uh, I'm not sure about the term, but CPR does not prevent the death of the patient. It merely delays it long enough for professional help to arrive. That's basically it. So, disaster risk and reduction management. Uh, this one hits home, literally. Our place, which is near Davao City, not in the Davao City itself, but near that, it's still in the Davao region. The place is a hotbed for earthquakes. There's a lot of earthquakes going in there yearly, and actually just recently, about a week or two ago, the Davao region and surrounding regions were struck by a strong earthquake, and up up until now, I think it's still occurring. the aftershocks are still occurring. They're still feeling the aftershocks. Uh, that's really that's really strong. And for me, only me, I only me personally, I have gone up to a point that a magnitude 5 earthquake doesn't really bother me anymore. Well, under some circumstances only, but I'm so used to the earthquakes that uh, I casually predicted there's uh, at one time at high school life, grade 10 or grade 9, I don't remember, but there were 2 consecutive months that had an earthquake that I predicted. The next month would have an earthquake also, and the pattern really continued for about 6 months, I think. They were all magnitude 4 or 3 earthquakes, so they're not really that strong. But uh, yeah, I don't panic. I don't really panic anymore for earthquakes. But and also at the recent, not it's April, still recent, but the April 22 earthquake here in Metro Manila, or Zambales, I think, or somewhere around that. I wasn't really bothered at that time. I just casually asked my roommate that, hey, is there an earthquake? Like, yeah, okay. I wasn't really panicking at that time. I just casually asked. So I don't really panic anymore, and so, but but that's only for me. Maybe, or maybe surely, a lot of people out there are still panicking about the magnitude 5 earthquake, like April 22 earthquake. Some of the people there are just panicking about the earthquake. Like it's kind of strong. Magnitude 5 is kind of strong, and yeah. Also, the recent earthquakes out there, because my friends are mostly in Davao region, and they are, uh, they are, they're just fearing that because they're just fear. I mean, they're scared. I mean, yeah, they're scared because of the consecutive earthquakes that is still happening right now, or the last week. Around the last one was around Monday, I think. Then I didn't hear anything after that. So yeah, that's uh, people are not yet prepared for an earthquake that's really strong, that or even calamities as a whole. So we need to be prepared for them, and that is my reflection, I think. And thank you.